In my last video, I talked about Enzo Maresca, Fabian Hasler's ghost pivot system, mainly focusing about Brighton, looking at how Brighton are trying to play, their strengths, their weaknesses, and a lot of you gave me some very positive feedback in the timeline. And in our video today, we are going to do a match stroke tactical preview about the game that is going to happen at Stamford Bridge tomorrow at 3 p.m. That is Chelsea versus Brighton Hove Albion. So this game is going to be very interesting. It is going to pit Chelsea against a team that is yet to lose a Premier League game. And Chelsea need to be on their best game and actually get their first win of the season. Chelsea are yet to win at home. So we are going to try and look at the tactics that Enzo Maresca can employ in this system to give him a competitive edge in this system. We are also going to look at the lineup and the injury news, as well as substitutions that Enzo Maresca can make in this game to ensure that Chelsea actually get all 3 points. Now, Fabian Hasler will not be on the touchline because he is suspended for the game against Chelsea. And João Pedro is also not there, a very crucial player for them. So this is actually putting Chelsea in a favorable position, since Chelsea have a manager advantage in the touchline who can make adjustments real time. Before we even begin our analysis, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. A lot of you are watching our videos and you have not subscribed to our channel. Please subscribe to our channel so that we can reach more audience. Please, again, subscribe to our channel. So, firstly, we want to look at the lineup. Try to understand the players that Enzo Maresca can select for this game. So, in goal, Robert Sanchez retains his position. He has kept back-to-back clean sheets in the Premier League. He's currently on form. He's looking very good with the ball at his feet. He's looking very strong, and he's claiming crosses, giving Chelsea some dominance in the air. I'm going to go with the back four: Malo Gusto, Fofana, Colwill, and Cucurella. Because Malo Gusto is more likely to come back into the team, I prefer this will make Fofana play because Fofana can play as a wide centre back. Tosin cannot play in that wide centre back role because of his pace, and because Gusto will be the one who will be inverting in this system, automatically Fofana will be the one to play. And Chelsea have also looked quite solid when Colwill has been in the middle of the centre backs. I have no problems if Tosin and Fofana start and Gusto comes from the bench, but this is my starting back four, and I believe Maresca will pick it. In midfield, I'm going to go with Caicedo and Fernandes. News is here that Romeo Lavia is ready to play and he's fit enough to start. But Enzo Fernandez gives Chelsea another dimension in attack by playing as an attacking midfielder. He drops deep to help Caicedo in defense, and he's also Chelsea's vice captain at the moment, and his leadership is really needed on the pitch, and so far both of them have played quite well in those positions. I'm going to go with a midfield attacking three: Noni Madueke down the right, Cole Palmer as the attacking midfielder, and Pedro Neto down the left. The reason why I'm picking Pedro Neto over Sancho is because I believe the way Brighton play, Chelsea will have a lot of space in behind Brighton. And Chelsea looking to play much more in a reserved manner, Pedro Neto will be better because he's faster to exploit that space, unlike Jadon Sancho, though I'll not have a problem with Sancho. Leading the line is Nicholas Jackson, 2 goals, 1 assist in his Premier League game. He's a striker who's currently on form, who's looking ready, who's looking sharp, and automatically the physicality, the space in behind, you definitely want Nicholas Jackson to play. And that's my starting 11. Now let's look at the substitutions. Now the substitutions are also very important, as these are the players who can come in to change the game, and automatically the two players to come in are João Felix and Christopher Nkunku. Jadon Sancho can also come in if Chelsea are trying to maintain that attacking force, and also we can bring in Romeo Lavia towards the end of the second half, maybe looking to try and maybe retain control in midfield by trying to have either Fernandes out and having Lavia and Caicedo in midfield, so that we can increase the strength in our midfield solidity. Now this is how both teams will look on paper. Chelsea in their 4-2-3-1 structure, Brighton in their 4-2-3-1 structure, Palmer playing in behind the front three, and Fernandes and Caicedo in that pivot, Kurela and Gusto in those wide areas, and Fofana and Colwill. And Fofana and Colwill, I prefer them because Fofana is much more mobile and faster compared to Tosin, though I do not dispute that Tosin is an overall better defender, especially when you are looking at teams that sit back and you're looking at defending set pieces. The first tactical analysis that I want to do is looking at Chelsea when they have the ball and when they don't have the ball. Most likely I'm going to look at Chelsea looking to play through Brighton's press, because Hatzler has talked about how he wants actually to play in the front foot against Chelsea. Now, because we know very well that Brighton will be looking to press Chelsea aggressively high, Chelsea will have to have their wide players starting high and wide. Now Chelsea look to build from the back by either dropping both or one of their centre backs alongside Robert Sanchez, having their wingers start out high and wide, and having Fernandes and Cole Palmer picking those half space positions, and Moises Caicedo dropping deep to play as a solo pivot to link the midfield and the attack. So if Brighton decide to press Chelsea in with the one player pressing the back line, then that can really create numerical disadvantage, and Chelsea should have to move to a pseudo back four. And in this back four system, they will automatically outnumber them even when the two wingers join the press to try and press the fullback, allowing Chelsea to have a +1 in that pressing strategy. Gusto can also invert earlier on, and Enzo Fernandez and Palmer to push into those half space regions. The pace of Neto, Madueke and Jackson will push that backline deeper. If Brighton decide to press the front two, then Chelsea can move into a back three, pushing Marc Kurela aggressively high so that he can receive the ball directly from Robert Sanchez and look to progress the ball down the left. Remember, Chelsea want to attack down the left so that they can allow to create space down the right for Noni Madueke and Cole Palmer. And why Chelsea do this is because of Fernandes. Fernandes is very important for Chelsea during build-up. That's something that a lot of fans do not understand. His ability to know when to play at the half space and when to drop deep during build-up is the reason why Chelsea are heavily relying upon building from the left. And I will do an analysis on why Fernandes is actually coming up as the most important player for Chelsea. Another reason is Sanchez being able to play those balls over the top. Remember, Brighton wants to play with an aggressive high line, but their centre backs are so slow. Dunk and Van Heiken and Veltman, they're not quick. So when they decide to play with an aggressive high line, then Sanchez should just play the balls up. But what about the progressive phases of play? Chelsea should play with as many as 6 players, and this is by having the kite instead of the box, because when they sit in a 4-4-2 block, then if you play with a box, then they automatically nullify you in the midfield. But in this situation, you have 2 kites. You have the kite with Caicedo, and Caicedo acting as either the tip or the base of both triangles. And in this situation, you'll realize that Caicedo will be very important in that he will be the player who will try to link the ball up either to Palmer when the 2 double pivots are trying to cover Fernandes and Gusto, or he can either pick Fernandes and Gusto when the 2 pivots decide to clog up the center of the pitch. And when you have Gusto and Fernandes playing in these wide areas, they automatically create that wide overload. And against the back 4, they will disorient and disorient that backline. And this now might force Brighton to even drop deep, and this might put Palmer, Jackson, Fernandez, and Pedro Neto in situations where they're able to actually stop Brighton. They can actually create problems for Brighton in the attacking third. So what about Brighton? What about Brighton? What is Brighton going to do? And what can Chelsea actually do to counter the threat that Brighton will actually possess in this game? And we're going to try and look at how Brighton look to build from the back, what they actually want to do when they're building from the back. Now, Brighton most likely will try to use the kind of system they use by pushing one center back in midfield, pushing their pivots aggressively high, and looking to try and play those balls over Chelsea's pressing system. So Chelsea can either decide to press in a 4-2-3-1 by having Jackson as a sole pivot, but his main aim is to cut a passing lane from one center back and force the goalkeeper to play the ball towards one side. This is complemented by having Cole Palmer moving to pick up a pivot and the wingers looking to try to cover the wide areas. And once the ball is played towards the touchline, Chelsea can swarm and move across and try to stifle the opposition, forcing them to play long and denying them the ability to make quick shifts of play. But in the event that Brighton are able to bypass this, what Chelsea can actually do, because we know Brighton, when they face a deep block, 4-4-2 block, they like to play with a 4-2-4 structure under this manager by having their forwards drop deep and having their wingers start wide. So in this case, Chelsea can do relatively the same by using a piston press, one forward looking to press the center back while a midfielder steps out. This is something that we've seen Chelsea do. And the main aim is to try to deny these center backs any space on the ball by trying to force them to play the ball hurriedly towards the wide area. Once the ball is played towards the wide area, that's when Chelsea actually come alive, with one player pressing the player on the ball while the other players trying to tie up any passing options. Now, I've done a video on Brighton. I've done an extensive tactical analysis video on them, and check it out because it will give you an insight on what Brighton can actually do more in this system. Enzo Maresca will try as much as possible to get his first win this season. He's yet to actually win at home, and this is very important with the recent performances, especially in the Premier League. Though Chelsea won at home in the Carabao Cup, it is good at least Chelsea wins those two home games and actually position themselves in a better position in the league. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. And also do not forget to join our membership program. If you become a member of our channel, we'll be more likely to do personalized videos for you, tactical shows for you, and actually include you into our Telegram channel. Thank you very much for staying with us, and see you in the next video. Thank you.